We came out to the Roost for the weekend, and whenever we come out here, we always like to check on Wally. I'm not sure if this is the same gator. He's like grown so much. Definitely 2 years worth of growth since the first time we saw him. But we're here at the condo, checking out the sunrise, the sunset, the beautiful ocean. The ocean's got really big waves right now, and I was doing a little bit of work on the condo trying to figure out what's going on with this light switch that has not been working ever since we've been out here. And that's what this video is going to be about. It's a really quick one, a little shorty, but watching the gator, checking him out, and trying to work on this light switch. So enjoy this little shorty video. Oh, hi. So, I'm not an electrician, and three-way switches has always been kind of tricky for me. And especially in this condo, we had this light here that when we first got here, it was plugged into a plug behind the couch. And there was, I figured that plug was on a switch because it didn't really work. It never worked. And I thought it was on this switch because this switch had nothing hooked up to it. This switch by the hallway coming in, there's nothing ever hooked up to this switch, or at least I thought, because it was on a three-way switch. Who knew it was on a three-way switch? This switch and this switch over here by the patio were on a three-way switch, and I didn't know that. But the problem was, the reason I didn't know it is because I would flip that switch over there and nothing would happen to that light. It would just stay, or it would just stay off. Nothing would happen to that plug, whatever was plugged into it. And the reason is because they had this switch wired in with this three-way switch setting. And look at this switch. It's not a three-way switch, it's a two-way switch. It's a standard switch. So they had the whole thing wired completely backwards, and it's sharing the power with this switch to the outdoor light. And then, so this was the initial power switch. It came in here and it shared the power with the outdoor light. Then it went over there, then it went over to the other three-way switch. So I tried to switch the wires in that one, thinking that that was the initial power line, and that didn't work, and then the whole thing wasn't working. But the whole thing turned out, when I came over to this one, had this two-way switch on it. So whoever remodeled this place, they kind of bypassed the three-way switch and made it a two-way switch, but it was still hooked up to that other three-way switch. So after several attempts, I figured it out now. You can see this switch here switches it on and off, and this switch over here also switches it on and off. So three-way switch problem figured out by a non-electrician. And those are some of the trickier ones, if you guys know. just wanted to say, whoever remodeled this place, you are a bad guy. Do it right. That's the second thing out here. The first thing was the ceiling fan in our condo on Bluffton, and the ceiling fan was wired right into grounded right into the framing of the house. And this one was bypassed the three-way switch with the two-way switch, but I got it fixed now. Thanks to electrical Wallace genius. It must be an inherited trait, because I know my pop likes doing wiring. Alright, enjoy. Make sure if you got a two-way switch wired into a three-way setup, it's not going to work. Or it's going to work half-assedly.